So, good day everyone. Today, I will sharing you what are my opinions or answers in um, 5 topics that given to me. Number 1, environmental awareness and preparedness. Um, Awareness versus action. Bridging environmental knowledge and sustainable behavior. A lack of environmental awareness among citizens significantly contributes to recurring ecological disasters, but, but it's not the sole factor. Natural hazards such as floods, landslides, and typhoons become ecological disaster when human actions, deforestation, improper waste disposal, overdevelopment, and poor land use planning intensify their impacts. When citizens are unaware of how daily behaviors affect ecosystems, harmful practices often continue unchecked. For example, during waste into waterways. I'm no, sorry. Um, Again, um, ayun. For example, dumping waste into waterways may seem minor at an individual level. Yet, collectively it clogs drainage systems and worsens flooding. In this sense, limited environmental awareness indirectly fuels recurring disasters by normalizing unsustainable practices and weakening public pressure on governments and industries to act responsibly. However, awareness alone does not automatically lead to sustainable action. Many people understand environmental issues but feel excuse, powerless due to economic constraints, lack of alternatives, or weak enforcement of environmental laws. This gap between knowledge and action suggests that environmental disasters are also rooted in structural problems such as poverty, inadequate infrastructure, and governance failures. Thus, while lack of awareness plays a substantial role, it becomes most damaging when combined with limited access to sustainable choices and ineffective policy. To bridge the gap between knowledge and sustainable action, education must move beyond theory and toward transformative action-oriented learning. Environmental education should start early and be integrated across subjects. Not confined to science class, lesson must connect global environmental issues to local realities such as flooding, waste management, or coastal erosion, so learns clearly see the relevance to their own communities. Um, Next naman is climate change. Climate change in infrastructure. Ethical and responsibilities of local government as climate change intensifies the frequency and severity of disasters such as flooding, storm surge, heat waves, and landslide. Local government stands at the front line of both risk and response. Their ethical and their ethical and practical responsibilities in retrofitting and developing disaster-resilient infrastructure such as seawalls, drainage systems, and flood control measures are critical to safeguarding lives, livelihood, and long-term development. From an ethical perspective, local governments have a fundamental duty to protect the welfare of their constituents. This responsibility is grounded in principles of social justice, equity, and the right to safety. Climate change disproportionately affects vulnerable population, low income communities, coastal residents, informal settlers, and the elderly, who often live in high-risk areas and lack resources to adapt independently. Ethically, local governments must prioritize these groups when planning and implementing resilient infrastructure, ensuring adoption efforts do not deepen inequality or displace communities without adequate support. Transparency and public participation are also ethical imperatives. Citizens have the right to be informed and involved in decisions that affect their safety and environment. Media's role in environmental awareness and disaster communication. Traditional and social media play a powerful role in shaping public understanding of environmental issues and in communicating disaster warnings. In an area of accelerating climate risk, media platforms function as both educators and emergency channels capable of influencing behavior on a massive scale. Um, However, alongside their benefits, come significant pitfalls that can undermine public safety if not managed responsibly. Traditional media such as television, radio, and newspaper have long been central to environmental awareness and disaster communication. Their credibility, wide reach, and structured editorial process make them especially effective during emergencies. Radio and television, in particular, are vital for disseminating official warnings, evacuation orders, and instruction. Um, instructions, safety instruction, safety instruction, especially in areas where limited internet access. Traditional media also contribute to a long-term environmental awareness by producing documentaries, investigative reports, and public service announcement that explain the causes and consequences of climate change, pollution, and ecological degradation. Social media, on the other hand, has transformed disaster communication through speed interactivity and rich platforms like Facebook, X or Twitter, and messaging apps enable real-time updates, community reporting, and rapid sharing of warnings during disasters. Social media can help locate missing persons, coordinate relief efforts, and amplify official advisories. It also allows citizens or NGOs and scientists to raise environmental awareness beyond the limits of mainstream media, fostering public engagement and advocacy. Um, to maximize benefits and minimize risk, media must act responsibly. Journalists should adhere to ethical standards of accuracy and verification, while governments and disaster agencies must maintain clear, consistent, and timely communication. Media literacy education is equally important, empowering citizens to critically evaluate sources and verify information before sharing it. Now let's talk about good governance. Defining good governance. Beyond the absence of corruption, good governance extends far beyond simply preventing corruption. While integrity is essential, a truly effective governance framework is defined by how power is exercised to promote public welfare, uphold rights, and deliver sustainable development. In developing nations, um, excuse, where institution may be fragile and resources limited, good governance is both a moral imperative and practical necessity. Essential characteristic of good governance. First, accountability ensures that public officials and institutions are answerable for their actions. This includes clear roles, transparent decision making, and consequences for misconduct. Without accountability, even well-designed policies fail in implementation. Fail in implementation. Second, transparency allows citizens access to accurate, timely information about government decisions, budgets, and policies. Transparencies trust, builds trust, reduces to opportunities for abuse, and enables informed public participation. The third rule of law is a correct cornerstone of good governance. Laws must be applied fairly and consistently with an independent judiciary, um, protecting rights and resolving disputes. Weak enforcement or selective justice undermines confidence in the state and discourages investment and civic engagement. Fourth, participation and inclusiveness ensures that citizens, especially marginalized groups, have meaningful opportunities to influence decisions. This includes free elections, active society, and mechanism for public consultations. Inclusive governance leads to policies that reflects real needs and reduces social inequality. Now let's go to technology and transparency. Digital tools for accountability in public financial management. Um, Advancement in digital technology have significantly expanded government's capacity to promote transparency and accountability in public financial management or yon, management. Tools such as open data portals, e-procurement, e-procurement systems, and blockchain-based ledgers can transform how public funds are planned, allocated, spent, and monitored, particularly in contexts where weak institution and limited oversight have historically enabled inefficiency, and misuse. Open data portals are among the most impactful technologies for transparency by publishing budgets, um, expenditures, procurement contracts, and audit reports in accessible, machine-readable formats. Government allows citizens, journalists, and civil society organizations to scrutinize public spending in near real time. The visibility discourages corruption by increasing the likelihood of detection and